What's up with it, man? It's the Kid Pushman Mitch, host of the No Fluff Podcast. As you can see, I'm back in the place to be, live on YouTube. As soon as you get in here, if you are participating already, just throw some flames in the comments. I'm about to get right to it very, very easily. If you are, it should be a couple people trickling in as we go. Just take a screenshot of this real quick, tag me on the gram, let other people know that you are on here. That's perfect, but I'm about to get into these millionaire techniques. Now, a lot of times I find that a lot of my wealthy counterparts, friends, peers, they don't really like to give all of the sauce. I understand why, because they don't want to. They're afraid of people stealing what they do, right? So therefore they don't tell you what they do exactly. They tell you a form or they tell you a way to where you can do it and start learning on your own, but they won't tell you the exact way. Why? The reason being is that a lot of them are scared that you're going to take their spot. That's one. For two, they're afraid, right? They're actually afraid that you could be better than them and take their spot. It's just facts. So me, I'm not worried about that. I'm not afraid of that. I actually would prefer that you guys be better than me at rental cars, be better than me at Airbnb. I would rather you guys be better than me at entrepreneurship. It's okay. It doesn't hurt me. I would rather build up people to get them in a position to actually win so that they can be a resource to me in the future as well. And we can actually be on even waves to where we can actually do business together. So I love to actually give the real barbecue sauce, right? But you'll see a lot of people not doing it. But I'm going to give you some of those secrets. I'm going to give you some of those. I'm gonna give you some of those techniques that you can use as a rule of thumb. If you guys follow me on IG, you know that I've been dropping every single day. Even I've been doing shorts on YouTube every single day. But every single day, I've been giving out rule of thumb, different type of techniques. But I'm going to break down a few of them in great detail so you guys can utilize them ASAP, right? So what I've been doing every single day, I'm putting out value. A lot of times on Instagram, social media, YouTube, what spreads very, very fast is negativity. And I think it's easier. I think it's a cop out. I think the easiest thing you can do, I can blow up on social media. I can blow my YouTube up. I can blow everything. My Instagram, I can have millions of followers if I wanted to do what Instagram and what social media wants me to do, which is stunt, which is brag, talk down to certain groups of people, be just braggadocious. If I were to do that, if I were to be braggadocious, it would be very easy for me to blow up on Instagram. If I were to talk about women, like degrade them, if I were to, degrade certain, like, you guys know the game because that's what you guys look at most of the day because I see it most of the time on my Explore page. And I've tried to, eradicate most of that out of my diet, but I still see it and I understand what has the most views. It's very, very easy to do. I've seen podcasts blow up. I've seen Instagram blow up just because of that. And me, I have the social proof. I have the financial background to be able to put out as much content, negative, positive, whatever, and it will blow up. But I choose to put out positivity. Something that I've seen recently, and it really stood out to me. And while we're on this world, we have a very short time, right? And a lot of the things that older folks and our elders have gave to us are really actually correct. They said things like, if you don't have things good to say, then don't say nothing at all, right? If you don't have something of value, if you don't have something that's going to inspire, impact, or make someone level up, why are you saying it at all? And that gets to kind of questioning who are we? Like, who are we as people that we feel like it's necessary to say negative things? We do this unsolicited. Nobody has to ask for your opinion. You're going to comment. Nobody has to, involve you, say your name, but you will take offense and you will respond. We actually chime in on how people raise their children. I was just in the gym yesterday playing basketball, and we were talking about LeBron in his prime versus Dwayne Wade in his prime. And a guy said, I would put D Wade in his prime, but just his parenting skills alone, I can't even put him in there. Has nothing to do with basketball, has nothing to do with his career, but he feels like he has to chime in on how another man raises his child that's not his child. And, for me, from my opinion, the only response I said to him was like, if we were going off parenting, you would have to go with LeBron. I mean, you would have to go with D Wade because he rides with his kids. Whatever they want to do, he rides with it. He supports them 100%. Most fathers would ostracize their kid. Most parents would, make their kid feel inadequate, inhumane, like they were wrong because they felt like what they felt like. But Dwayne Wade says, "I ride with you. Whatever you say, I'm cool." So, the parent, I would say he's doing really, really well, and he has the love of his children, and he doesn't care about what society says. He does. You got to think about it. When you go out into the world, you taking all the hits. You getting talked about. You getting dragged. You getting negative memes being made about you. Then you come home, and then can you imagine if your father did the same thing or your mother did the same thing? So, in my opinion, he's a great father. So now, not to get off point, I'm just trying to let you guys understand that we chime in and comment on people's chains being fake, being real. If you really have money, if you really don't have money. Even when we're broke, even when we're in poverty, we're living check to check, we don't have any money, we still brag about, you ain't got no money, you broke, you dirty. This is how our society is now. So, with that being said, it would be very simple to blow up my social media and be even at a higher level, a higher status if I wanted to, because it's very, very simple to understand what feeds the algorithm. But I'm going to choose to go against the grain. So you will be seeing me not only one day out of the week, but pretty much every single day dropping new content that is valuable that people do not want me to share. The first things I gave out is basically where to get the apps that you need to have as an entrepreneur. All entrepreneurs definitely 100% need, not want. All entrepreneurs need, not want. You guys need to use Fiverr. You need to use Fiverr. If you're not using Fiverr, you are literally putting yourself at a disadvantage to people who understand delegation. Now, what do I mean by delegation? If you guys don't understand that we as humans are very, very talented and very, very skilled, we can do a lot of things. But at the same time, right? At the same time, I want you to think about this. Even if I do know how to make my own websites, even if I do know how to repair my own credit, even if I do know how to do my own marketing, I know how to do my own funnels, I know how to post consistently. Who wants to do all of that stuff and remind ourselves to do that every single day and have to be, look, the more money you guys make, the more customers you get, the less time you will have to fulfill things. So you need to have someone to be in these positions to be able to suffice the demand. You need it. You don't want it. You need it. If you really plan on scaling, if you really plan on becoming a multimillionaire, a person who's made over $100,000 in a short period of time, if you plan to do that, I'm just talking to you. If you plan to do it, you need to have Fiverr. Why? Because Fiverr offers freelance services. You can get pretty much anything done that you need to do. I hear people tell you, I don't know about graphics. You can go to Fiverr and get a graphic made for 10 bucks. Some people say, I don't know how to post content. You can go to Fiverr and you can get infographics made 2 to 500 for them for $25. You can get infographics made with your Instagram name on it and with your logo on it. Not only will that serve as you being able to post content that's valuable, but you'll also be able to use those infographics to make your content. You can literally read 3 things that all entrepreneurs need, and then you can make a video about that. It's very simple. Just imagine if I gave you guys the blueprint, right? I make the infographics for you, right? Like right now, because I use Fiverr, I can charge all 42 of you guys on here. I can say, look, I can make you guys all 500 infographics that will tell you everything from entrepreneurship to quotes that'll help you become a better entrepreneur and also be able to satisfy your communities and Instagram page and Facebook page and TikToks with valuable content. All I'm going to charge you guys $100. I would be able to sell all you guys on it for $100 and then pay someone on Fiverr $25 to make it for each and every one of you guys, and I wouldn't even lose a sweat. That's the power of using Fiverr. That's just one thing. The same thing goes if I got 50 people on here and I say, I can make all 50 of you guys a website. All I'm going to charge y'all is $300. I will make you a website. I will do your bio. I will do everything. I will put your domain name and attach it to the page. I will do everything for you. All it's going to charge you is $200 or $300, right? Based off of the type of website that you want. And I can go straight to Fiverr and I can have someone make it for all 50 of you guys, and I will not lose a sweat. That is how people are being able to stretch their arms. I want everybody on the chat who's watching this live to say, stretch your arms. We only are limited to these two hands, right? And this one brain. We're limited to these two eyes, these two hands, and this one brain. So imagine if I can stretch my arms, extend my vision, expand my brain, I can be able to stretch my arms and reach more people at a shorter amount of time. So a lot of you guys are missing the point. When I'm giving you guys these apps, when I'm showing you value, I know a lot of you guys don't have mentorship. You need mentorship, but I don't want to talk about that right now. A lot of you guys are seeing the applications that I say all entrepreneurs need, right? You get what I'm saying? I'm saying all entrepreneurs need Fiverr. And then y'all like, oh, that's so dope. And then you guys go get Fiverr. But because you don't have a mentor, you guys don't know what to do once you get Fiverr. So you don't know how to stretch your arms. A lot of you guys don't understand that I'm going to always be able to make money because I know how to stretch my arms. Even if it's not Fiverr, I can use people to stretch my arms. Even if I don't use people, I can use different type of virtual assistants. I can be able to scale, stretch my arms by using automation. It's so many different ways because I'm familiar with it. You guys need mentors so you can get familiar with it. So now let's go past Fiverr. Fiverr does freelance services for everything. Everything. If you need a calendar made, you need a schedule made, you need blueprints made, you need a motherfucking floor plan made, you can get anything done on there for very, 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 very cheap, very inexpensive, and in a timely manner. So this is something that you guys need to utilize in 2023 so you can become the multimillionaires and successful individuals that you need to be. That's it, okay? So Fiverr. Now, I also gave you guys another app, Go High Level. Go High Level does everything. You can put all of your products, like I don't care if you have, I don't give a damn what you do. You can do your text message marketing, you can do your email posts, your mass, you can do all of that stuff. You can have your community group inside of there. You can have meetings, Zooms, whatever you want in there for your team. Everything you possibly need. You do need to hire staff. You do need to have everybody on one accord. You do need to follow up with all of your staff and make sure the morale in the company is still good. So you need to have daily or weekly meetings to make sure everybody is still hungry. A lot of you guys want passive income, right? That's the biggest thing that I hear all over social media. I hear it all over YouTube. I hear it all over Facebook. Everybody wants to have passive income, but I'm here to tell you guys, as some of you guys mentor, as some of you guys a person who you follow and respect and inspired by, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people won't tell you. You don't want passive income. I'm going to say it again. You don't want passive income at this point in your career. A beginner entrepreneur, a novice entrepreneur does not want passive income. I'm going to say it again, just so y'all can hear it in the back. You do not want passive income. Why? Because passive income is never going to be a lot of money. Passive income is at a point where you're no longer active. You're no longer as vibrant as head on as in your business. So now you can take the reins off and hire people, put a person here in position to run it this way, put a person here. You're never going to make a lot of money with passive income. Now, when you are a person who is actually in the business, owner, operator, focused on the daily sales goals, hourly sales goals, monthly sales goals, making sure you follow up on emails, phone calls, you're going to make the most money, meaning that when you are a person that is active, you always make more money than passive. Passive means that you're not doing much work, you're not paying it much attention, and it's on autopilot. What happens when things are on autopilot? Just think about it. I want y'all to really think about it. What happens when things are on autopilot? What happens when you have a computer or someone following up with people, something digital, or you have people who you are paying? What do you guys do when you guys have a 9 to 5 and you work for people? What do you guys do when you work for people? You steal time. Nobody's aggressive. If you're working an 8-hour shift or a 6-hour shift, you're not aggressive the whole entire time that you are working on that clock. As a matter of fact, you're stealing time. You're hiding out. You're pulling out your phone. You're going in the bathroom as much as you could possibly do. You're walking around. You're taking extra smoke breaks. You're doing anything to get through your. So just think about that. Anything that's passive, when you're doing a self-driving thing, like if you're driving your car and it's on autopilot, right? you're doing the least as possible. You're not paying attention if a car is going to come this way. You're not going to go past the yellow light and get to your meeting faster. You're not going to merge over into a lane and take the expressway. You're going to be going passively. That means that you won't make a lot of money, right? You're going to make some money. Passive income is for after you've already made a lot of money and then you want your money to make money passively. If you are not in that position where you have already have over 100K in your bank account, you got over 500K in your bank account, you don't want passive income at this point in your career. You want to be hands-on. You want to be boots on the ground. You want to be 10 toes down. You want to be working and literally building up your brand, your business, your network, your community, everything. You do not want passive income. If you understand what I'm saying, say understood. You feel me? I want to make sure everybody's getting what I'm saying because I know that you've heard it so many times, just like I've heard it so many times. I hear it every time I go on social media. You need passive income. You need to be making money in your sleep. Yes, you do need to make money in your sleep, but you don't need to go after that when you're a novice entrepreneur. When you are a beginner entrepreneur, the first thing you need to be doing is you need to be trying to put your boots on the ground and establish that you are good at the certain thing that you're doing, that you actually understand the career path you chose. You understand the business that you chose. You understand what makes it go right, what makes it go wrong, what's worst case scenario, what's best case scenario. You need to do that. Passive income is for people who don't want to overachieve. Everybody comment overachieve. Everybody comment overachieve, okay? Comment overachieve, guys. Everybody comment overachieve. Because that's the problem with most of us in society is we want to do the bare minimum. We want to do the bare minimum. We want to do the bare minimum in business. We want to do the bare minimum in relationships. We want to do the bare minimum in partnerships. The same, I want y'all to think about the people that y'all are working with, right? So I want y'all to go back to middle school and high school. Every time you guys had to do a group project in school, what naturally happened? When you do a group project in school, there's always people who are going to do the bare minimum. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to accept responsibility. They're going to ride on the coattails of the person who works hard and wants to actually do well and overachieve. Or everybody just does the bare minimum and gets the bare minimum grade, right? Because they don't feel the need to overachieve. Now, if you want to be a millionaire, you have to be a person who wants to overachieve. If you want to be a person who is actually not living check to check and is comfortable and making a lot of money, having incoming money and money in their savings and in investments, regardless of the $1 million mark, if you want to be that way, you have to be an overachiever. Anybody can do the bare minimum. Anybody can sit back and collect food stamps, unemployment. Anybody can go work a job and get told what to do, get sent home when they need to get sent home, ask for vacation and paid time off. Anyone can do that. That's what you call the bare minimum. I'm being told what to do. That means that I don't have to really think for myself. You're telling me to be here at 9 a.m. tomorrow. You're telling me that I'll leave at 5 p.m. tomorrow. You're telling me that I need to move boxes here to here the whole entire time while I'm here for 8 hours. I get a lunch break after 4 hours. You're telling me that that's all I need to do. I'll get paid this much. You're telling me everything. You're telling me exactly how much I'm going to make. You're telling me exactly what I need to do. Anyone can do that. That's the person who's in the project, who's being led by the group leader in the group project. And he's saying, you do this part, you do that part, you do this part. But what happens naturally in those groups? People do the bare minimum, and the one who works the hardest is going to be doing the most work. They're going to do shit for everybody to protect their grade. What happens when it's my business and it's not your business? You're going to do the bare minimum. I'm going to pay you hourly, annually as a salary. You're going to do the bare minimum, and I'm going to have to make sure that my business stays afloat. So why would you want to make passive income? Starting out as an entrepreneur, why would you even want to go for that? If you're an entrepreneur just starting, why would you want to have passive income? I don't even understand that. Because if you are wanting to be so anytime you guys, I'll be on YouTube a lot, I'll be on Instagram a lot, and I see these advertisements, and these advertisements say, hey, all you have to do is sign up with us. We already have like an Amazon store or a Walmart store set up already, automated. and we'll set everything up for you. You don't have to do anything. We'll do all the automation stuff, and we just take a percentage out of everything you make. You don't have to do nothing but make this investment. I've seen these type of websites all the time. Literally, I see these type of things all the time. And yes, you can make money doing them. A lot of them work, but you won't make a lot of money. And the problem is when you guys invest in those things, you invest in them without the actual intention to work hard. You are like, oh, I'm just going to spend money right here and I don't got to do much and I'm going to get paid every month. And you expect to actually be able to quit your job at some point from that investment that you made because you believe that passive income is the way to go due to this social media programming saying, oh, yeah, you want to get passive income, you want to make money in your sleep. I'm here to tell y'all right now, I don't care what nobody say, I'm telling you right now, if you are a beginner entrepreneur and you are not wealthy and you are not rich, you do not need passive income right now. You need active income. You need to work. We really are having strong issues in our community with people who do not want to work. We are obsessed with passiveness. We are obsessed with being a mediocre human. We are obsessed with letting someone else do it. We are obsessed with that. And the problem that you'll see is, well, how come all of these financial literacy gurus and things of that nature are here, and they're teaching all of these, floor plans and millionaire, strategies and blueprints that you can do? How come there aren't more millionaires now? There's 1,700 millionaires being made a day. So I'm not saying that people are not continuing to make money, but why isn't there more? If we have billions of active users on social media, billions of people in the world, how come there's only 1,700 millionaires being made a day? Because people are obsessed with mediocrity. They do not want to overachieve. In school, they learn that the highest grade you can get is an A. So why the hell would I try to go for A plus infinity? Why would I try to go for the overachievement? So a lot of you guys are a victim of that, and I'm here to teach you guys to get out of that mindset. I too was like that. I had that mindset. I went to public school in Philly. There's no child left behind program. Even if I did schoolwork, if I did it or didn't do it, all I had to do was show up to class that would skip me to the next grade. You feel me? I will automatically go to the next grade. And then when I got to, only reason I started getting good grades was because when I moved to Georgia, they said that I had to have an 80 average to play basketball. I had to have it. And I also had to get to put myself on college preparatory in high school. I had to get all of my core classes all the way from my sophomore year all the way to senior year, because my freshman year I had all type of stupid, alternative extracurricular type classes. So I messed up my whole entire rest of my high school. So I had to do all core classes for the rest of high school. With that being said, I never really was an overachiever in good grades and got good grades because I was resourceful. I always would befriend people who were very smart, intelligent, and I wasn't intelligent. I didn't believe in myself to be able to do the schoolwork, and I was lazy, and I didn't want to sit there and take the time to learn the schoolwork because I already knew that I could find someone else who could do it. So I had that mentality. I had the mentality of mediocrity. I had the mentality of, I'm a basketball player. I don't need to work hard. The only thing I need to do is show up and play basketball because I'm going to be tall. My dad is 7 foot. I'm already 6 foot. And as a freshman, as a sophomore, I was 6'2". And then I graduated, I was 6'3", and now I'm 6'5". So I was like, yo, I'm going to go to the NBA. I'm better than pretty much everybody I play in basketball. I don't need to go to the gym. I don't need to put up extra shots. I already have natural talent. Why would I go super hard if I already have all these gifts? And then because of that, guess what? I never made it to the NBA. Yeah, I made it pro. I was really good. I played college, but I still could have, if I would have had the work ethic that I have now, if I would have had the overachiever mentality that I have now, if I would have understood how serious it was about making connections and relationships, I could guarantee if I started over and went back to high school, I would go straight to the NBA. Regardless of my back blowing out or not, I still would have made it and got a check. Now, would that be a good thing for me? I don't think so, because I didn't have financial literacy. So therefore, I probably would have got to the NBA and blew all of that money, and then when I retired, I would have been broke. Now, with that being said, all I'm trying to paint a picture for you guys is to understand that you don't need passive income. It won't help you become a better entrepreneur. It will help you after you start making money, though. Everybody, look, I want y'all to write this down. If you have a notepad, if you got your phone, I want you to write it in your phone notepad. I want you to say making money first and then passive income later. Make money first, passive income later. Now, passive income is amazing. It won't be a lot of money though, but it will be some money. And I won't even say that it won't be a lot of money, but it's relative. It's relative to the money that you make. Now, let me explain. Actively in my rental car business, I was making millions of dollars a year. When I hired my brother as a CEO and I hired staff and I got all of these virtual assistants and automation, did y'all think I made more money in my company or less money? I want to ask y'all as the YouTube chat. When I was actively in my business, running my business as the owner operator, I was making millions of dollars a year. I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And then I hired my brother as a CEO. He runs it really, really good. I hired some virtual assistants. I hired more staff. And then I got out of my business. Do you think my company made more money or less money? I want to know what y'all think. I made less. I made significantly less. I made a lot less. So what I want y'all to understand is that, yeah, I had passive income. I got passive income right now for my rental car business. But when I literally am working in the business and I'm focused on the day-to-day sales, I'm focused on the operations, I'm focused on the morale amongst the staff, I'm focused on everything like that, I make millions of dollars in that business. So make money first, passive income later. Because if you don't have a foundation of a lot of money, then you are going to make less money than anyone. So just think about if you're working a 9 to 5 and you invested in a passive income skill, right? You invested in something that's you can make money passively. You think you're going to be able to leave your job comfortably for the passive income and you won't. And the reason why I said it's relative because if I've already made 15, 20 million dollars, right? If I've already made 20 million and then I start making passively, like if I'm used to making, let's say this, if I'm used to making $7 million a year, and then I start my business and I make it passive, and then I only make 500,000 a year, compared to what I was making when I was active, that's not a lot of money. Now, a lot of people will say $500,000 is a lot. After being taxed, that's 250,000. That's not good money for me. That's not good money for me. That doesn't allow me to live the same lifestyle and freedom that I have been able to do, be able to pay my mom's mortgage, be able to take care of anything that happens in my family line. When if something goes wrong, no big deal. I got that, no big deal. That's not going to be comfortable for me if I'm only taking home $250,000 a year because I wanted to switch to passive. And there's a big thing that a lot of people always talk about: retirement, right? Oh, you need to get you a 401k, you need to get you a 408k, you need to get you all of these pension plans, you need to get you a Roth ROA. And I want you guys to understand that these accounts are awesome. They're amazing. But they're supposed to be retirement accounts. But let me ask you guys, how many billionaires and millionaires do you know that have retired? How many billionaires and millionaires do you know that don't work? As old as Sorry, somebody called me. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me real quick so I can continue. I don't know how YouTube works, but I know on IG Live, it takes the sound away if I answer the phone. So once I know that we cleared, I can finish saying what I was saying. Let me see. We can hear. Okay, perfect. So now, let me say, now, so we all plan to retire and use these retirement accounts, right? How many millionaires and billionaires do you know that actually retired, that stopped working? So if you already have in your mind, I want to understand you guys as the actual group, right? I want to understand you guys as the actual people, right? If you understand, if you already put in your mind that you are not going to retire until you die, you are going to work. If you know that, how would your mindset shift around savings? How would your mind kind of shift around savings and, retirement and those type of things? How would your mind shift a little bit? Because once I understood these things and I understood that, oh, I'm not going to ever stop working, because if you were to stop working, you would then be making passive income. Now, let me explain. A lot of you guys, and I'm just going to be real with you, a lot of you guys don't make that much money while you're working. A lot of you guys don't make that much money while you're working. So when you retire, I want you guys to look, if you got a 9 to 5, I want y'all to look at y'all pension and I want y'all to look at y'all retirement plan if you were to retire from the job that you have now. If you were to retire from your 9 to 5, most of the time you have a salary, right? So your salary is going to tell you how much you make while you're actively working. You're actively working right now, right? You're actively working right now. You're actively making money. This is the most you will make for that company. When you retire, you make less. They're going to agree to pay you something based off the years of service that you worked there. You're going to probably get Social Security. You're going to probably get your pension plan that you invested your own money into. It's your own money. The company is not giving you a pension with their money. They'll match it. Some companies will match 2%, 3%, but they're not giving you money. You're putting your own money into your own account, right? So only thing that's going to happen is this. When you retire, the money that you're making will be less than when you're actually working. Otherwise, everybody will retire and collect the more money because you're going to make more money when you retire, but you're going to make less. So if you were broke while you were working and you decide to continue working all the way you try to finish 30 years in one company, retire, collect that check, right? You decided to collect that check, which is not what you even made when you was working. Do you think you are going to be successful by having your fucking 401k or 408k? I just want to know. I want y'all to tell me what you think gonna happen. Because you got to really understand that this is the Jedi mind trick that they played on y'all. And a lot of y'all are still drinking the Kool-Aid. And the problem I see with that is a lot of y'all would be more successful had y'all just understood and kind of pulled the smoke and mirrors out of your face. And if someone told you, broke it down the way I just broke it down to you, you would kind of understand that you should be thinking about every day. You should be thinking about how you're going to be living for the next 5 years. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Life expectancy isn't that much, especially for the Black and brown community. So a lot of y'all move like y'all got time, or like y'all have y'all some cats, like y'all have 9 lives, but we have one life. And you guys are taking money, putting into 401ks, 408ks. Y'all working for someone who's never going to pay you what you're worth only because they're smart and they cannot. Anybody who works for me and I pay them, I cannot pay them what they are worth, because if I were to, my business would not be able to stay afloat. The overhead would be too high, and it just is what it is. I have to understand plus minus. So if I have a business that makes millions of dollars, if I can run it with the least amount of employees that I can, I will. I'm not one of those people, like my brother Neo Davis always talks about. I'm not one of those people who want to say I have 500 people working for me, 2,000 people working for me. I'm the type of person who wants to run a million and billion-dollar business with just 4 or 5 people. If y'all look up Kendall Jenner, not Kendall, but Kylie Jenner, and y'all look up that she's one of the youngest self-made billionaires, right? I want y'all to actually look at the person how many people work for her. I want y'all to look at how many people work for Kylie Jenner. So the thing isn't about being able to employ a whole bunch of people, which is good. It's good to stimulate the economy. It's good to help people get into a position where they can work. It's good to do all of those things. But what's even better than that is actually being able to scale a company to where it is profitable and it has low operation costs, right? It has low operation costs, and outside of the low operation costs, if you can prove that your business is profitable, right? Think about it. If you can prove that your business is profitable and you have the small amount of employees, you can easily sell that business for way more than you started off with, right? I can walk out of a business that has a little bit of employees and a lot of profit any day, sell it for, 10 million, 20 million, depending on how profitable the business is and if somebody wants to actively operate it. If I want to do that and take the 20 million or 10 million and then go start another business, then so be it. But that's the best reason why. And then they might feel like they got to hire more people. They might feel like they got to do whatever. But once the company's out of your hands, you're good. But I want y'all to start understanding how wealth works. I'm around billionaires and millionaires all day. The mindsets, the conversations, the relationships are totally different than the way I grew up in Southwest Philly, the way I grew up in Hinesville, Georgia, the way I grew up in Savannah, Georgia, the way I grew up, period. Like, I want you guys to understand that we have to take it upon ourselves to say, you know, I do want to do millionaire moves. I do want to do millionaire techniques. I don't want to do things the way I was taught because I was taught wrong. If we were taught right, I want y'all to really think about this. If we were taught correctly, if the government and the public school system and all of these things taught us the correct way, how come we are still living check to check? How come we are still struggling? How come we have not achieved any type of legitimate wealth? How come we still don't have our 40 acres and a mule? How come only some people are profiting and the majority of the people are not? Because we were taught wrong. So if we understand that we were taught wrong, why are you still doing anything that you were taught damn near? You need to unlearn and relearn everything, because if you understand that, then you can actually be able to scale due to the mindset alone, because people don't understand. They keep themselves broke based off of what they watch and what they do and who they associate with. I see it all day. Just listen to one song. I go into the club. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Why would you buy a Rolls Royce cash when you can lease it and have it for 2 years, and then 2 years later, you're not going to want the car if you bought it cash? 2 years later, if you bought a Rolls Royce, let me give y'all a paint picture. If I bought a Rolls Royce in 2016, by 2018, I will be tired of that Rolls Royce. The technology will be outdated because they will have a different type of charger in there. They will have Bluetooth. You know, some cars didn't have Bluetooth. You'll have all these different features that you're going to want. You're going to have the digital dash. You're going to want the new body style. You're not going to be one to drive around in a dinosaur. So just because of that fact, why would you pay for it cash if you know that the worth of the car is going to go down? That's a horrible investment. Me just listening to one song will literally set me up. If oh yeah, I can't get a lease car. I've had these conversations. I've had these conversations with wealthy people who literally, because Meek Mill and people like that, not Meek Mill, it's not his fault, it's all of our culture, but someone says things like that, oh, I don't want them to think that I couldn't pay for it. I don't want to lease it because I don't want nobody saying it's not mine because I leased it. It is yours. The title goes in your name. You're having the car. You get free. If you get it from the dealership, you get free oil changes and maintenance. It's actually a very, very financially sound decision to make to get a leased car. You'll also get the latest, greatest car in 2 years, and then you'll get the new one, the new body style, and it's actually going to put you in a position to actually invest in things that matter, that are cash flowing and have a great return on investment. Now, I'm talking about a personal vehicle, not rental car vehicles, because you cannot rent a leased vehicle, and I would never encourage you to do that. I just mean as far as just purchasing it for yourself. Also, most people, homes are a liability. If you own your home, a lot of times it is a liability for most people, because if you are owning your house and just living in the house, that house is a liability, believe it or not, because it brings you no money. You bought it, you're paying into it every single month for 15 to 30-year mortgages, and then you guys, probably won't survive, another 30 years. Some of you guys, some of you are very young, which you will. But long story short, what's going to happen is a lot of you guys refinance, you keep the debt, even when you pass away, and you're not making any money from your home. Now, if you make that home actually cash flowing asset, like putting on Airbnb, Gigster, Peerspace, Splacer, all of these different platforms, then your house is probably not a liability. If you rent out your home and you make more than what the mortgage is a month, and that is paying for itself, then it's not a liability. But if you live in your home, it's 9 times out of 10 a liability, unless you are creating some sort of business from it and making some income from it is a liability. That's just a fact. Now, if you disagree, it's okay, but I want to continue further. We need to unlearn and relearn everything that we know about wealth, because we think that we have to get passive income. And I really want y'all to understand that we can do this and we can get to the highest level, but at no point in your life will you stop working. So once you understand that, you want to do the hardest work first. The first 5 years of your business, 6 years of your business, you want to be actively working in there. You want to be active as can be. You want to be full-fledged, invested, consumed, obsessed about success in your business. And for 5 years. And then After 5 years, and you found out the niches, you found out the pros, the cons, the worst case scenario, best case scenario, all of the different cost points, the cost efficiency, the plus minus, and now you're good at the job after 5 years or so, then you can think about going passive and hiring somebody and firing yourself because the business probably has outgrown you. The business has probably outgrown you, and now you need somebody to help you scale it to the next level. And that's okay. But there is no way that you need to have a passive income source. If that's your only source of income for 2023 and you have no other source of income and you go into it because you want to be passive, I want y'all to delete the word passive out of your dictionary, out of your vocabulary, out of your mentality. Because the reason why a lot of you guys are suffering is because you are obsessed with passiveness. What does the word passive mean? What does the word passive mean? Somebody write in the chat so everybody can see. What does the word passive mean? Somebody write in the chat just so everybody can see what's going on. Because this is why would you want passive income? You ain't gonna make as much as it was when you was active until it's not gonna make sense until you have made it to a level to where the business is really just like a tax write-off, or the business pays for something else that you want to do for leisure. The business is something that, is easy for you to pour cash into, things like that. That's it. You're not gonna really want passive income, accepting or allowing what happens or what others do without active response or resistance. Listen to it, man. Listen to it. Accepting or allowing what happens or what others do without active response or resistance. Who would want to have their business doing that? Who would want to have their business doing that? Who would want to do anything passive that you're not active in? Why would you want to do that to yourself? I can't comprehend why anyone would want to do that. Now, if you guys don't think, if you don't agree, that's fine. I want you guys to really understand. If there's, Jay-Z said it better than me. He's like, don't ever go with the flow. Be the flow. You have to create the momentum. Just think about, like, if you have children on here, you'll be able to understand this analogy. If you have children, when you are actively in the room with them, they'll probably behave. They'll probably behave. They'll probably won't do nothing crazy in front of you. But when you take your eyes off your children, you'll be seeing them hanging off the ceiling. They'll be throwing parties. They'll be, sneaking out the back. They'll be hanging out with boys if it's a girl. They'll be, doing all type of shit, stealing from the store when you keep your eyes off them. But when you literally are in the room with them, they'll be angels. You'll never be able to see them doing anything bad because you know that if you were around, they would never do no shit like that. Which is why you see a lot of parents when their kids go to jail, they be like, he was never raised that way. I can't believe he did this. I don't know. And then they stand up for him while they in trial and everything until they get convicted and everything. So what I want you guys to understand, that's the same thing you doing with your business. Soon as you take your eyes off your business, the shit gonna go down. The shit is going to go down. So I want all of you guys to really get obsessed with not being passive and being active. If you still working your 9 to 5 and you want to become an entrepreneur, you need to build momentum first. You don't have to. You can quit and go cold turkey and go for the gusto and put all of your mindset into one business and run it all the way up. Or if you feel more comfortable, you can keep your 9 to 5, build momentum on your business, and then quit when the time is right, and then go full throttle, not passive, fully active, 100%, 10 toes down, boots on the ground for your business to scale up. And I promise you, your 2023 is going to look a lot different than the people who are okay with mediocrity, who are okay with passiveness, who are okay with themselves not being an overachiever. You have to overachieve and overdeliver. How do you think you're going to become a millionaire passively? Like, it kills me. Like, it actually makes me mad. Like, I literally have conversations with people. When they come to my masterminds, they be like, Mitch, I want to do this, but I want it to be passive because I got some other stuff going on. I'll be like, what's the point to even do it for? You don't want to make millions? You don't even want to make like 500K? You're not going to make 500K passively, dog. You feel me? You're not going to make 500K passively, especially not if you don't got like a ticket. You don't got $1 million to invest. I got investments where I make 500K passively. I got investments like that, but I had to put in a ticket. I had to put in 250,000 for it to make me that. If you don't got that, you will not get nothing like that. So right now, as a beginner, novice, or intermediate entrepreneur, you need to be focused on putting them boots on the ground and getting to this bag, right? So it wouldn't be right if I didn't tell you these certain millionaire techniques, because I know a lot of y'all mentors and coaches don't tell y'all that. They tell y'all that this shit is passive. You can go chill on the beach. You can go chill on the beach and be on your laptop and looking at YouTube while your company is making millions. Yes, you can make money passively. Yes, you can go on the beach and still be making money and not have to really be in your business. But it won't be as much as if you were there. It'll never be as much as if you were actively in your business running up the bag. Got me? Got me. Cool. So now, I'm going to give y'all one more piece, and then I'm going to get up off here because I got to get ready to do a live with one of my homies, man. He going to really get busy. He's a trader, and we're going to talk some high-level stuff on IG. So now, I'm going to leave y'all with this last piece, and I want y'all to really, really think about how serious what I'm saying is. There are a lot of millionaires and billionaires in the world. None of them have done it on their own. If you know this to be true, and you know that human beings are followers by nature, are you around the people, right? Are you around the people who you can become a millionaire with? I'm going to say it again. There are a lot of billionaires and millionaires in the world. There's 1,700 millionaires being made a day. The 1% transfers within the 1% over and over again. So even those people don't keep the money. It goes around in circles. But all of them have not done it by themselves. They've done it with other people. They've had to use their network, relationships, and their skill sets. And you know that humans are followers by nature. If you know that, are you hanging around the people who you can become a millionaire with or a billionaire with? And I want y'all to answer in the chat honestly. I want y'all to answer in the chat honestly if you think you are hanging around the people who you can become a millionaire or billionaire with. Are you taking the time to actually have conversations with people that are 6- and 7-figure conversations daily? Are you doing that? Are you doing that? Are you doing that? Are you hanging around those people? If the answer, I'm going to tell you this right now, it's 2023. You're not getting no younger. We getting older. I just checked my shit, man. I'm going to be real with y'all. Listen, I'm 33. I'm about to be 40. I just was in high school. That's what I felt like. I just was like 18, 19 years old. I just was 21. I just turning 21. I just was 22. You feel me? We not getting no younger. We getting closer every single day to the expiration date. And what I think about that is there are so many people on this live that have been trying to become successful for years and years and years. And they keep finding themselves in the same exact place with the same exact friends and having the same exact conversations, but nothing has changed. And the closer we get to our expiration date, the slower we get. Like our minds don't get sharper. Our feet don't move faster, they move slower. We start to lose memory. We start to, deteriorate slowly. It just is what it is. It's about growing up and aging as a human being. So what I want people to really know is that we have a very short period of time to make the right decisions instead of the left decisions. So think about your circle. I want you to really take a second, like really listen to my voice and really think. I want you to close your eyes and really think about this. You are very close to your expiration date. Are the people you are hanging around the people you can make it to becoming a millionaire with? Are you hanging around people that you would want to start a business with? Are you hanging around people that you would trust that if you lost 20K, they would help you bounce back? Are you around people that are in position with their credit that if something went down, that you can utilize their credit similar to you should be able to use your credit if something goes down? Are you around people like that? Everybody around you should be assets. Why? In 2023, after being on this earth for so long, I'm thinking about myself. After being on this earth for 33 years, why would I take the opportunity and hang with liabilities instead of assets? If I can choose it. Now, I know it's okay to be friendly with everyone, be nice to everyone, treat the janitor like the CEO, but why in the world would I hang around, have conversations, make time for people who are liabilities and not assets? Why would I do that? What would possess me as a person who says that he's intelligent, smart, makes great decisions, is good with money, wants to have high credit scores, wants to live in mansions, wants to fly in private jets, wants to be impactful, insightful, inspirational? Why would I hang with people that are a liability and not an asset? Why would I do something like that? If I choose to do something like that and I don't become successful, I have nobody else to blame but Pushman Mitch. You feel what I'm saying? So I wanted to put that piece in your ear combined with those actionable steps, like how to use Fiverr or how to use Go High Level, how to, basically understand how, liabilities and assets differentiate, how to, how important mentorship and all of those different things. And, you'll hear me talking about a lot of things that are similar to each other. The reason being because success is not really difficult. It's very simple. And it's so simple that people can't do it because people are not disciplined and people can't do simple things. People can't be fundamental. You'll notice that in people that you see that work for 9 to 5s. If you know that you got to be at the job the same time every day, how could you ever be late? You got to take the same road to get there, and you know how the traffic is every day. So how could you ever be late? You not closing people on sales when you selling the same item every single day and you don't remember where it comes from, how long it takes to get here, what's the shipping time, what's the taxes, and how could you ever not know that? How could you ever not close? Because people can't do simple things. People are very, very distracted by social media, by their real lives. They're hanging around liabilities, but they want to be hanging around assets. And then guess what? Let me tell you the craziest part about it. We lie to ourselves, even though we're a liability, we tell ourselves that we're an asset. And that's going to cut deep for a lot of y'all. A lot of us are liabilities, and we lie to ourselves and tell ourselves that we were assets. When I was younger and I used to date women, I thought I was an asset. I couldn't take care of myself. I was struggling living check to check, but I wanted to have a woman to think that I was an asset, a high value man that could take care of her and her children. So I was lying to myself saying I was an asset. If a girl would talk to somebody other than me, I'm like, why would she talk to a nigga like that? She could talk to me. I'm so nice. You know what I mean? I'm so great. I'm such a great person. I don't cheat. I treat women very well. I got sexual prowess. Like, why would she ever? I'm tall. Like, come on, I'm handsome. Why would you not want to talk to me? I'm lying to myself saying that I'm an asset when I'm a liability. I was actually a liability. I wasn't prepared. I actually will fight over. I would try to get my girl to pay half with me. Like, yo, you can be with me, but you got to pay half. If you stay in the house with me, you got to pay half. And the reason why that's a trick is because it's setting me up to underachieve. It's setting me up mentally to underachieve. Therefore, I didn't overachieve because I already programmed me and my partner to say that she gotta come with half or she can't deal with me, right? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because we do this in life often. We think we're assets to companies, and then when we get fired, we want to complain and say how much stuff we did for the company. We think we're assets in partnerships, and then when somebody works with somebody who's better than us, we want to complain and say, "Oh, you stole my idea. You should have worked with me. We supposed to be partners." We want to complain when we don't want to really look in the mirror and say, damn, you know what? I'm probably in a liability. It's so many things I could have did better. There's no way somebody would want to work with somebody else other than me if I was actually an asset. If I was actually an asset and I was so valuable that, the skills that I provide, you can't find elsewhere. The money that I provide, the credit that I provide, the network that I provide is so valuable that you wouldn't want to look elsewhere and work with somebody else. You wouldn't pay attention to something other than our venture that we have together because it's so valuable. You would never want to do that if I was valuable as I thought I was. So all of these people who saying I know my worth and then they don't show their worth, you ain't worth shit. I'm just gonna be real with you. You're a liability. You're not an asset. Because if you showing it, if you're moving and walking that walk and talking that talk, Nobody will ever confuse the two. And I'm gonna get up out of here with that. So if you like this YouTube, please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, make sure you like this video, make sure you share this out with 5 people you think could use this, because I definitely enjoy making impact and inspiring others and teaching others how to move in the right way. So with that being said, much love. I'm out, Pushman Mitch, hosting No Fluff. You feel me?